What if your Vedic birth chart is not only a karma map, but a frequency diagnostic engine? Not just planets, not just signs, not just houses, not just nakshatras. A sidereal hologenetic gene keys map shows how consciousness moves through the chart, where the shadow contracts, where the gift is hidden, and where the higher possibility begins to open. Today, I am reading an actual case study. Aayushman. Aayushman's chart is powerful because the same themes repeat across the natal and design profile. When a gene key repeats, it is not a side note. It becomes a curriculum. In this map, we see repeated codes around care, hunger, meaning, far-sighted intelligence, discipline, leadership, and emotional acceptance. This is why I use planetary placement as the diagnostic engine. The planet gives the function. The sign gives the behavioral style. The house gives the life field. The nakshatra gives the instinctive mythic layer. The gene key gives the shadow gift Siddhi spectrum. The line gives the behavioral mode. And the design prenatal profile shows the deeper body imprint beneath the personality. This is much more direct than reading astrology separately and gene keys separately. When merged properly, the system becomes precise. It tells you not only what the person is like, but what the person is transforming. Let us begin with Aayushman's Taurus ascendant in Rohini Nakshatra, carrying gene key 35.3, hunger, adventure, boundlessness. The ascendant is the body interface, identity, temperament, and instinctive way of meeting life. Taurus wants embodiment, stability, beauty, comfort, sensuality, and value. Rohini amplifies creativity, charm, fertility, voice, aesthetics, food, luxury, and emotional magnetism. But gene key 35 brings the shadow of hunger. This can show as restlessness, more experience, more comfort, more stimulation, more beauty, more movement, more proof that life is exciting. This is not automatically negative. Hunger is raw life force, but at shadow frequency, it becomes compulsive seeking. The gift is adventure. The Siddhi is boundlessness. Line 3 makes this experimental. Aayushman learns by testing life, not by accepting dry theory. The technical reading is clear. His identity field matures when sensory hunger becomes conscious exploration. He is not here to suppress desire. He is here to refine desire into living intelligence. Now his sun is in Aries, Ashwini Nakshatra, 12th house, carrying gene key 27.2, selfishness, altruism, selflessness. This is the life's work. The sun shows life force, conscious identity, outer dharma, visible purpose. Aries gives initiative, speed, courage, directness, and pioneering force. Ashwini gives healer-rescuer energy, fast beginnings, emergency response, athletic impulse, and instinctive action. But the 12th house changes the whole reading. This is not just a warrior sun. This is a hidden service sun. The 12th house brings moksha, isolation, foreign lands, dreams, hospitals, retreat, loss, surrender, and invisible service. So Aayushman's life's work is not merely to act fast. It is to learn clean service. Gene key 27 is the care frequency. At shadow frequency, selfishness can appear as obvious self-focus, but more subtly, it can appear as giving with hidden expectation, rescuing to feel needed, or caring without boundaries. The gift is altruism, care without emotional bargaining. The Siddhi is selflessness. Line 2 makes it natural and projected. Others may instinctively expect care, help, protection, or quick response from him. His training is to care without losing center. The diagnostic sentence is, Aries gives the impulse to act. Ashwini gives the healer instinct. The 12th house spiritualizes the action. Gene key 27 tests whether care is clean or mixed with ego. That is why this method is precise. His earth is in Libra, Chitra Nakshatra 6th house, carrying gene key 28.2, purposelessness, totality, immortality. This is the evolution point, the core challenge that grounds the life's work. Libra brings balance, fairness, relational intelligence, and justice. Chitra brings design, precision, craftsmanship, visual intelligence, technical organization, and perfectionism. The 6th house is work, enemies, conflict, service, discipline, competition, routines, and problem solving. Gene key 28 asks one question: what is worth my life force? At shadow frequency, purposelessness can show as boredom, resistance to ordinary work, attraction to intensity, or feeling that routine has no meaning. The gift is totality, full commitment to something meaningful. The Siddhi is immortality, the realization that life force becomes timeless when lived fully. Line 2 makes the courage instinctive, but it must be called out by the right field. Aayushman may not respond well to meaningless pressure, but when the challenge is meaningful, he can go all in. So the life's work evolution axis is technically clean. Sun 27.2 in the 12th, serve, protect, care. Earth 28.2 in the 6th, commit to meaningful work, not scattered struggle. The chart says, care must be grounded through disciplined service, and service must be connected to meaning. Now the moon. Aayushman has moon in Aquarius, Purva Bhadrapada Nakshatra, 10th house, carrying gene key 25.1, constriction, acceptance, universal love. The moon is emotional body, memory, instinct, sensitivity, mother imprint, psychological responsiveness. In this map, the moon is also the highest degree classical planet, making it the likely Atmakaraka, the soul pressure point. Aquarius gives systems, networks, collective intelligence, social vision, humanitarian orientation, and emotional distance. The 10th house gives career, status, public karma, visibility, authority, contribution, and reputation. Purva Bhadrapada adds intensity, austerity, idealism, depth, and the capacity to hold uncomfortable truth. Gene key 25 is innocence under pressure. At shadow frequency, constriction appears when the heart closes. This can happen under judgment, public pressure, misunderstanding, or emotional exposure. The child may become serious, inward, guarded, or emotionally compressed. The gift is acceptance. The Siddhi is universal love. Line 1 makes emotional grounding essential. The foundation must be stable. Sleep, body rhythm, trust, safety, emotional simplicity. Technically, this is a major public emotional signature. Aayushman's soul pressure is not to become successful by hardening. His deeper path is to remain open-hearted while entering public responsibility. The soul lesson is, do not close the heart to survive visibility. Now Mercury. Aayushman has Mercury in Pisces, Uttara Bhadrapada Nakshatra, 11th house, carrying gene key 17.3, opinion, farsightedness, omniscience. This is one of the strongest intelligence signatures in the chart. Mercury governs speech, learning, analysis, communication, trade, nervous processing, adaptability, and interpretation. Pisces gives symbolic intelligence, intuition, imagination, spiritual cognition, and nonlinear thinking. Uttara Bhadrapada adds depth, patience, hidden wisdom, and the ability to hold large inner structures. The 11th house brings networks, gains, social systems, ambitions, communities, technology, future goals, and collective fields. Gene key 17 is systems intelligence. The shadow is opinion. The gift is farsightedness. The Siddhi is omniscience. At shadow frequency, this mind may form conclusions too early. It may believe the mental model is complete before the field is complete. It may debate, classify, judge, or over-identify with perspective. At gift frequency, the same mind becomes long-range, strategic, pattern-aware, and systems-oriented. Line 3 learns through trial, error, testing, and revision. This is ideal for technology, AI, astrology, psychology, coding, research, strategic analysis, social systems, and pattern recognition. The technical coaching is direct. Do not turn intelligence into opinion. Turn it into farsightedness. Now Venus. Aayushman has Venus in Taurus, Rohini Nakshatra, first house carrying gene key 45.1, dominance, synergy, communion. Venus is strong in Taurus. This gives beauty, taste, aesthetic intelligence, food, music, pleasure, value, relationship sensitivity, body awareness, and material refinement. Rohini makes it creative, magnetic, fertile, artistic, luxurious, and emotionally attractive. In the first house, Venus becomes part of the personality and visible identity. Gene key 45 is the tribal resource key. At shadow frequency, dominance can show as possessiveness, entitlement, attachment to comfort, control over resources, or wanting centrality in the group. At gift frequency, synergy appears, the ability to organize people, values, resources, family, aesthetics, and community into shared prosperity. The Siddhi is communion. Line 1 makes values foundational. The person must understand security, money, food, body, beauty, family values, and belonging from the root. This gives a strong IQ sphere pattern. His mental emotional values are not purely conceptual. They are embodied. He understands through value, beauty, comfort, loyalty, and practical usefulness. The shadow asks, do I control resources to feel safe? The gift asks, can I create shared value? Now Mars. Aayushman has Mars in Leo, Magha Nakshatra, 4th house, carrying gene key 40.4, exhaustion, resolve, divine will. Mars gives action, courage, assertion, conflict, desire, drive, sexuality, and physical force. Leo gives pride, dignity, performance, leadership, visibility, and respect. Magha adds ancestry, authority, lineage memory, royal instinct, loyalty, and status. The 4th house brings home, mother, emotional foundation, property, private security, education, and inner peace. Gene key 40 is the work-rest boundary key. The shadow is exhaustion. The gift is resolve. The Siddhi is divine will. At shadow frequency, Mars here may overdefend, overwork, overprotect, or react when emotional security or family dignity is threatened. There may be internal pressure to carry emotional responsibility. Line 4 makes this relational. Emotional maturity is developed through family, friendships, trust, and community obligations. The technical EQ reading, strength without boundaries becomes exhaustion. Strength with clean commitment becomes resolve. This is a key emotional maturity code for Aayushman. Now Jupiter. Aayushman has Jupiter in Aries, Bharani Nakshatra, 12th house, carrying gene key 23.4, complexity, simplicity, quintessence. Jupiter is wisdom, prosperity, teaching, expansion, ethics, belief, grace, and higher knowledge. Aries gives pioneering philosophy and independent judgment. Bharani adds death rebirth intelligence, moral intensity, justice, sexuality, creative birth after pressure, and transformative responsibility. The 12th house makes Jupiter spiritual, private, foreign, contemplative, dream-linked, and liberation-oriented. Gene key 23 is the simplification key. At shadow frequency, complexity can produce too many concepts, too many explanations, too many philosophies, too much inner processing. At gift frequency, simplicity emerges, the ability to distill. The Siddhi is quintessence. Line 4 means wisdom becomes useful through people, networks, teaching, and relationship. This is also his pearl sphere. So prosperity comes through making complex knowledge simple. He may be drawn toward philosophy, spirituality, hidden knowledge, psychology, systems, or foreign ideas, but his gift is not collecting complexity. His gift is translation. The pearl question: can I express the essence clearly enough that others can use it? Now Saturn. Aayushman has Saturn in Libra, Chitra Nakshatra, 6th house, carrying gene key 50.6, corruption, equilibrium, harmony. Saturn is karma, discipline, time, responsibility, structure, fear, maturity, and endurance. In Libra, Saturn is strong. In the 6th house, Saturn becomes disciplined, service-oriented, capable of handling obstacles, routine, work, competition, and problem-solving. Chitra adds precision, craft, design, technical excellence, and structured visualization. Gene key 50 is ethical order. At shadow frequency, corruption means imbalance in systems, unhealthy routines, unfairness, poor structure, or inherited disorder. At gift frequency, equilibrium appears, restoring balance. The Siddhi is harmony. Line 6 gives maturity and role model potential. This Saturn may take time to fully express, but it becomes a stabilizing pillar. This is the chart's grounding mechanism. Aayushman has high mental voltage, hunger, imagination, and relational intensity. Saturn says discipline, fairness, routine, ethics, and structure. The technical rule: without Saturn, Uranus scatters. With Saturn, Uranus becomes innovation. Now Rahu and Ketu. Aayushman has Rahu in Scorpio, Anuradha Nakshatra, 7th house, carrying gene key 5.2. Impatience, patience, timelessness. Rahu is hunger, obsession, future appetite, amplification, and karmic pull. In Scorpio, it intensifies emotion, secrecy, intimacy, transformation, and psychological depth. In the 7th house, Rahu pulls toward relationships, partnership, contracts, public interaction, and the mirror of the other. Anuradha adds loyalty, friendship, devotion, trust tests, secrecy, and emotional bonding. Gene key 5 is rhythm. At shadow frequency, impatience wants the bond, the result, the certainty, the timing now. At gift frequency, patience understands natural rhythm. The Siddhi is timelessness. Line 2 makes the relational timing instinctive but also projected. Others may activate impatience in him, or he may attract people who force him to learn emotional timing. Ketu is opposite in Taurus, Rohini, 1st house, carrying gene key 35.2, hunger, adventure, boundlessness. This is past life memory in the body. Comfort, beauty, identity, sensuality, creative memory, and self-contained experience. The shadow is again hunger. So the nodal axis is sharp. Ketu 35 in 1st, old comfort, self-based hunger, embodied pleasure, identity attachment. Rahu 5 in 7th, future lesson through patience, relationship rhythm, timing, and trust. The growth path is from I want experience to I can honor timing. Now Uranus. Aayushman has Uranus in Pisces, Uttara Bhadrapada Nakshatra, 11th house, carrying gene key 21.2, control, authority, valor. Design Uranus carries gene key 17.4, opinion, farsightedness, omniscience. This is the higher mind signature. Uranus brings disruption, awakening, future intelligence, mental electricity, unconventional insight, rebellion against dead patterns, and system redesign. Pisces spiritualizes and symbolizes it. The 11th house puts it into networks, technology, gains, social systems, future goals, communities, and collective intelligence. Gene Key 21 shadow is control. Its gift is authority. Its Siddhi is valor. So Aayushman may have a mind that wants to understand, organize, and control systems. He may resist outdated structures. He may feel different from peers. He may be drawn to technology, astrology, AI, metaphysics, psychology, social systems, or unconventional knowledge. But the shadow is control, opinion, rebellion, and nervous overstimulation. The gift is authority, farsightedness, disciplined innovation. Technically, Uranus works through the chain. Uranus awakens the higher mind, Jupiter upgrades belief, Saturn challenges structure, Rahu amplifies hunger, Mars executes, Mercury processes feedback. In Aayushman's chart, this chain is active. Jupiter in 12th wants hidden wisdom simplified. Saturn in 6th wants disciplined structure. Rahu in 7th intensifies relational timing. Mars in 4th acts from emotional foundation. Mercury in 11th processes systems and networks. Uranus in 11th feeds future intelligence back into the mind. This is a true innovation loop, but it needs training, not suppression. Training. Now the design prenatal profile confirms the deeper architecture. His design sun is Gene Key 41.5, fantasy, anticipation, emanation. This is radiance. Vitality comes through imagination, future seeding, and emotional anticipation. But fantasy must be structured or it drains energy. His design earth is Gene Key 31.5, arrogance, leadership, humility. This is purpose. His body learns leadership through humility. He must speak to guide, not to dominate. His design moon is Gene Key 58.5, dissatisfaction, vitality, bliss. This is attraction. He magnetizes through improvement energy. At shadow, criticism. At gift, joyful vitality. His design Venus is Gene Key 63.3, doubt, inquiry, truth. This is his cue. The heart wound is doubt, but doubt becomes inquiry, and inquiry becomes truth. His design Mars is Gene Key 46.1, seriousness, delight, ecstasy. This is core vocation. Deep vocation comes through embodiment, movement, delight, physical presence, and joy in being alive. His design Jupiter repeats Gene Key 27.6. This doubles the care service code. His culture and prosperity mature through altruism. His design Saturn repeats Gene Key 28.3. This doubles the meaningful struggle code. Stability comes only when life is engaged totally. This repetition is the most important technical observation. Gene Key 27 repeats care, service, protection. Gene Key 28 repeats meaning, courage, totality. Gene Key 17 repeats systems thinking, farsightedness. Gene Key 35 repeats hunger, adventure, experience. So Aayushman's map is not random. It is coherent. His main curriculum is care must become clean, hunger must become adventure, opinion must become farsightedness, purposelessness must become totality, exhaustion must become resolve, complexity must become simplicity, dominance must become synergy, impatience must become patience, control must become authority, doubt must become inquiry, fantasy must become anticipation, seriousness must become delight. This is why Sidereal Hologenetic Gene Keys mapping is so powerful for self-reflective work. It gives you exact pressure points. A normal reading may say you are emotional, or you are intelligent, or you have leadership potential. That is not enough. This system asks, where is the intelligence distorted into opinion? Where is leadership distorted into arrogance? Where is care distorted into self-sacrifice? Where is comfort distorted into hunger? Where is discipline distorted into exhaustion? Where is relationship distorted by impatience? Where is imagination distorted into fantasy? Where is doubt trying to become truth? That is a real map. For Aayushman, the practical coaching is precise. Do not crush his individuality. Train it. Do not overpraise his intelligence. Ground it. Do not indulge every hunger. Refine it. Do not force public success by closing the heart. Stabilize the emotional body. Do not suppress imagination. Structure it. Do not let care become burden. Teach boundaries. Do not let relationship become urgency. Teach timing. Do not let beauty become attachment. Teach shared value. His best path is structured freedom. He needs beauty and routine, adventure and discipline, emotional safety and public challenge, intelligence and humility, service and boundaries, creative imagination and practical execution. When this map matures, Aayushman can become a guide, builder, teacher, technologist, healer, strategist, designer, systems thinker, or consciousness-oriented leader. Not because one planet says so, but because the whole diagnostic engine points in that direction. His chart shows a person who can simplify knowledge, build ethical systems, lead through service, organize resources, see future patterns, and turn emotional sensitivity into public contribution. The final synthesis is this: Aayushman is not here to live only through comfort. He is here to turn hunger into adventure. He is not here to think only in opinions. He is here to develop far-sighted intelligence. He is not here to care until exhausted. He is here to practice clean altruism. He is not here to avoid difficulty. He is here to choose meaningful difficulty and enter it with totality. That is the hologenetic message. And this is the value of a deep sidereal hologenetic gene keys map reading. It does not give you vague positivity. It does not trap you in fatalism. It does not flatter the ego. It shows the exact mechanics of transformation. Your chart becomes a mirror. Your planets become diagnostic instruments. Your nakshatras reveal instinct. Your gene keys reveal frequency. Your shadow becomes workable. Your gift becomes visible. Your purpose becomes more direct. So if this case study opens something in you, ask yourself, what is my life's work key? What is my evolution key? What is my emotional body hiding? Where is my intelligence stuck in opinion? Where is my relationship field impatient? Where is my prosperity hidden inside simplicity? Where is my shadow actually a compressed gift? If you want a deep sidereal hologenetic gene keys map reading, one that works for you, get in touch with me. We will decode your natal chart, your design profile, your planetary placements, your nakshatra fields, your shadow patterns, your gift pathways, your relationship codes, your prosperity codes, and your deeper consciousness architecture. Because once you see the map clearly, you stop fighting yourself blindly. You begin working with your design. You begin refining your shadow. You begin living your gift, and your life starts moving with more precision, meaning, and power.